Welcome to the Boxing Show. Today we're talking Errol Spence Jr. and Lamont Peterson. If you like what you hear, please consider hitting the subscribe button and also jump down to the comments section with your thoughts. I would love to hear what you got to say. So I decided to make a prediction video on this fight, as it's the first big fight of 2018. It's for the IBF World Welterweight title, taking place in Brooklyn in just a couple of weeks from when I'm recording this video. So I just want to really talk about the fight and some thoughts that I had, and I just want to really just pose the question. I think the biggest question here is Errol Spence Jr., is he the real deal? Is he going to be one of the next big superstars, or is he going to get found out? I mean, jump down to the comment section and let me know on that. In his last fight, he fought Kubrat, and this is where he won the IBF World Welterweight title, and he got it through stoppage. What things I would say about this is that, in my opinion, Kubrat was winning the first half of that fight. Okay, I think he was getting the better of the rounds, but it was a very competitive, the first half of the fight, very, very competitive. I mean, it was a tough fight. Both of them were giving their all, and then Brooke kind of faded, / got injured, / got worn down by Errol Spence Jr. Okay. Now, there's some thoughts that we can talk about here. Now, Kubrat was a big lump at welterweight. In my opinion, he should have moved up from welterweight years ago. I mean, before he even won a title, he should have moved up from welterweight. He was just too big, which is just obvious. Okay, and you know, when these things happen, the fighters tend to fade. They tend to fade, and this is kind of what we've seen. We've seen in a lot of fights from Brooke that he's tended to fade. Now, I don't want to take away from what Spence did, even though I kind of have there, because, you know, Spence has had some fantastic victories on his run up to the IBF title. So we know that he's an elite operator and he's kind of improving day by day. But had he fought a Brooke that wasn't damaged from the previous fight, that was fighting at a more natural weight, would he have been able to see out? Would he have been able to see out that fight? I mean, that is an interesting question. Moving on to Lamont Peterson, I think he'll be an interesting opponent for Errol Spence Jr., and we'll kind of see where he is after that Kubrat fight. Now, Lamont Peterson does have a lot of experience. He has fought some very good opponents in his career, but he has lost, and he has been stopped, and he has been dropped quite a lot of times, which is a worry for this fight. And another thing I would say, which is a little bit of a worry for me personally, for Lamont Peterson, is that he's only moved up in weight in his last few fights. So he was a career 140 man, and then he's decided after like 13 years as a pro to jump up in the last couple of fights. For me, that's a big red flag. For me, it's always a red flag when fighters move up in weight later on in their career, and when in theory they should be in their prime, they're moving up. For me, it's just a red flag for me. And so in theory, Spence should be the bigger man. He's quite a big welterweight, and I mean that kind of shows the path of how this fight's going to go on. We know that Spence is going to press. He can put some quite savage punches together, and for me, I think this fight would end in a stoppage. I think Spence will get another stoppage, possibly late on, maybe 7th or 8th rounds. But it'll be interesting to see whether Lamont Peterson can offer anything here. He's he's a less skillful operator than most in the division, despite the fact that he has taken some of these guys the full distance. Okay. But as I say, because of the fact that he does get dropped an awful lot, He's not a very creative fighter. And he's coming up in weight in the last couple of years against a big welterweight. I just don't see him having enough to trouble Errol Spence. So that's my prediction on this fight. The first big fight of 2018. We're looking forward to some big fights in the coming weeks. Let me know what you think about this fight. How do you see it going? Do you think it's going to be a stoppage? Do you think it'll go the distance? Let me know, and we'll see you in the next video.